Hello and welcome to Kupo's Corner here. So you remember where you are. There's my logo. Thank you for joining in again with me on this episode 01 of my live streaming service or services and talents. I am your host Kupo, and once again, thank you for joining me along in this magical, wondrous journey. Let me go ahead and get started right here and get rid of that. Started with a slight base of a superhero model. I figured today, just so I can get more of attention with superheroes, I figured I'm going to use this base right here to draw out the Man of Steel himself, Superman. Excuse me. So let's go ahead and get this down here. And this is a base I drew myself with the app I use called Easy Pose. You can find it on Steam or on Android or the Apple Store. Highly recommend it for anyone who sometimes has trouble with anatomy or with perspective. It is a great tool. Totally advocating for it. So let's see what's going on in today's world. Actually, let me check Restream first, because I was told I have a slight soft ban on Facebook, but according to Restream, it looks like I'm going live there right now at the moment, so yay for me. Yeah, it looks like I am live on Facebook at the moment too, so double whammy to that. Okay, anyways, it is a hot one out there today. At the time of this recording, it was roughly 95 degrees earlier when I woke up. It is now currently 87. When I woke up and saw the temperature, I said, oh, no. This will not stand. I demand to see the manager. But such is life. Life has no manager. But some people say, well, life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. And then I learned lemons aren't made by nature at all. Lemons are a product of human conditioning. So that's something to take into account and think about. Like we made the lemons, we gave ourselves the lemons. Smart Widow's Peak. So when you gave yourself the lemons, you really have no one but yourself to blame. At least that's what I've heard. I have not researched into it yet, so don't hold me to that. But I wouldn't be, easily to dismiss it, because when we first started cultivating carrots, however many years ago, carrots were originally the color purple. And it took various amounts of crossbreeding and control breeding to get them to the What's Up Doc orange we all know and love today. And if that's not the case for GMOs, I have no idea what is. Then again, I'm just talking out my butt, so, just bear with me. It's a hot one today. I got some exercise in, and I got my ever-loving stein of water. The stein of plenty. Other than that, there's a whole lot going on in the world right now today and every day. And, whatever things may come, whatever life may bring, there's always something new to look forward to.
One thing I took notice of was
a recent crash in cryptocurrency. Now, I have invested in cryptocurrency. I won't really say which one, but I do hope to go to the moon soon. And pronto. But I'm not advocating for investing in cryptocurrency. Investing in itself is a lot like gambling. You take a chance. It's also a lot like farming too, because you have to tend to those crops, and by that I mean you have to look and pay attention to them every single day to see how they're moving. Where was I going with this? Oh, right. And there are so many factors that can work for you or against you when it comes to just the stock market as a whole. And there are certain people, I won't say any names, or won't give any former federal offices they recently held, but a certain individual called Bitcoin particularly a threat to the American dollar. I believe he believes it's a threat to the American dollar because it's a currency that he cannot physically hold and rub up against his greedy, selfish person. But I'm still learning and still new to cryptocurrency myself, so I honestly don't think I can say much on that aspect. Other than it's not necessarily a threat to the American dollar. It's just a new methodology to for transactions to take place, while at the same time trying to build venues and revenue for use of them. And for example, for over the longest time, you can actually buy a Tesla car using Bitcoin. So take from that what you will. Oh, excuse me. Let's see here. Just checking to see if anyone's coming in. So yeah, I am also broadcasting for this on a Discord I'm a mod in. So occasionally we might get someone popping in to say hello and see what's up and keep, chatting and friendliness and basically all overall interaction just going. Trying to see how I want to do his hair here. My goodness, Superman has had so many different hairstyles over the years. Oh, what to do. I might come back to that later, if anything. Meanwhile, the music you're listening to is from a website called Pretzel Rock, And the song particularly is called Pacific A by Robert John Foster. Let me give it a quick thumbs up. Let's continue. Although sometimes I find it hard to find things to talk about, but once in a while my mind will go on a tangent and just start going off on something. Although I do remember the last time I was doing this, I did talk about work experiences as a rideshare driver, and a lot of people really seem to enjoy that. So I think I'm going to start you off with another one today. One of my favorite, kind of, I guess you can say, romantical stories. So I get a call for around 6:30 around a place called Wicker Park in my city. Very hipster-ish. A lot of independent businesses, and also one of the homes of the mythical, legendary, hard to find, harder to believe Tamale Man. Like, if you're from my city, if you know, then you know. So I'm picking up this one lady as her date is coming to an end, and I see that she got herself a silver fox. For anyone who doesn't know, it basically means an older gentleman who is graying. And she looked to be mid to late 20s. So she gets in the car, told her we're going to be, X amount of time to get to their destination, and off we go. So we're talking, and she told me that she met her boyfriend over from the Tinder app. I said, okay, that's nice, that's cool. How'd you guys match? And she told me that they're both fans of history. I'm like, I personally never used Tinder, so for me it's a little odd, but you go with what you know, go with what you like, and hopefully you'll meet like-minded people soon enough. So she told me they've actually met before, back when she was in high school. And I'm thinking to myself, oh really? How'd you know this gentleman? And she says, well, he was one of my teachers. And then she asked me if that was weird. Now I'm already starting to cringe here at this point, just slightly. And I said, I don't know if that's weird, but I guess that depends on how long ago high school was for you. And then with a soft, defeated tone, she said, 6 years? To which I immediately just started giggling like a goofball that I am. And then she, like anyone would, I don't blame her for it, but defaulted like, please don't judge me, please don't judge me. And I had to rest assured that it's not that I'm judging you, but everything you say from here on out is just pure gold. So it's just so much cringeworthy. It's amazing. I love it. And there's nothing to be said to where judgment may or may not have been passed, but I asked her to please continue. So I asked if he was one of her teachers, and she said yes. And I'm like, I think I might know that, but what did he teach in high school? And sure enough, she says history. So, for drawing comparisons to her, I thought about it and I said out loud, imagine if Severus Snape were still alive, and then he and Hermione Granger just started going out, like not giving two Fs about what anyone else would think, especially Ron or Harry. I'll be taking those points back from Gryffindor the hard way. Yes. I was the one that thought it was Livy. Oh, saw. Anyways, I'm only adding fuel to the fire for the level of cringe. The cringe was so palatable. It was just delicious. So, but part of me was a little concerned for her because I said, I'm not gonna lie, this almost sounds like a Lifetime movie to where you fall for your old teacher, but it turns out he's only using you because he's still married, and it's gonna be secretive, and you might end up with some quote character development. And character development in a Lifetime movie is usually getting punched and beaten repeatedly. But thankfully, she assured me that that he was divorced from his wife, and not only that, he actually has full custody of their son. I said, well, you know what, good for him, and congrats to him for, you know, going out on a dating scene, because, you know, sometimes it can be hard out there, especially for new divorcees. And that being said, you know, whenever I meet someone, they go, oh, I just got divorced, I want to put a positive spin on it and just say congratulations. You know, good for you. Whether or not they were the ones to initiate the separation or not. Divorce, for me, personally means clearly there was a problem. And once divorce is finalized, there is less of a problem. With stipulations here and there with things like child support, alimony, things of that nature. It's a new problem, but you're dealing with less of the old problem. So, I don't get why people go, oh, why'd you get divorced? What happened? They were so perfect. No, because it also goes with you know, you don't really know someone or what they're going through, be they married or in the process of getting some freedom back with liberties. So anyway, I'm trailing off here again. So, she's 26 years old, dating her old history teacher. And she told me that they started dating a few months ago at the time. And she just got over a rough breakup because her boyfriend, who lives in the UK, cheated on her. She walked in on him with some other person, so, no bueno, you know? So I said, well, good for her, and she was in the process of moving a lot of her stuff back to the States, and every now and then, when she comes to the States, she makes a point to let him know, and they make a point to go off and see each other. Which kind of pegged me for a second. I'm like, wait a minute. So does that mean you have an early flight in the morning, like 5:30 or something? And she goes, no. And I'm like, well, I don't mean to intrude, but you know, I just picked you up. It's barely 6:30. Your date seemed to kind of end really early here. Is everything okay? And she goes, oh, that. Well, they had to end the date early because his son called in the middle of the date and says, Dad, I'm hungry. Feed me. So I just blurted out, no, you got cock-blocked by Junior? And she goes, yep. And I said, well, next time you're in town, bring a Lunchables for Junior and get the deluxe version. You know, the ones with that got the Capri Sun in there. Drop that off and just have a grand old time with the professor. Whew. And she could not help but giggle at that notion. And I also mentioned, you know, just be careful around the sun, basically, because him being a young man and his... How can I put this? Not every father and son relationship is going to be stable or even fully functional to a certain degree. So I said be careful because he might say, oh, his old man is dating a girl who's clearly not that much older than he is, so he might try to hit on you. So, you know, that's something to watch out for, and something to look out in the future if you guys want to continue whatever it is you're doing. And she thought about it for a moment, and I think she took it to heart. Because regardless of whoever it is you want to date, as long as they are well past the age of consent, and if you're not hurting anybody, then, you know, date who do you date, I suppose. Yeah, let's keep going with this. Merge these two together. Oh, there's so many Superman logos and chests to choose from. Which one? Which one? You know, I think I'm gonna go with the more sleek look in the Kingdom Come Superman chest. Just slightly. This. Tweak this a little bit here. Yeah, that looks good. So let's go ahead and just get rid of this outer shell. So yeah, I wished her the girl and her professor boyfriend the best of luck. And, you know, just watch out for Junior. Just in case. I'm gonna fix this up just a little bit. Just for a quick fix on that, open source. Alrighty, merge that, and voila. Now for the cape. Oh my goodness, there are so many versions of that cape. Actually, I might come back to that one later. See what's another register I can share with you guys. Oh, let me think. There's so many to choose from. Plus, I'm just trying to remember what stories I shared with you guys last time, so should have made a note. From now on, I gotta keep track of what stories I share. Wow, I am really at a loss for words here. Let me check something really quick. Just so you guys are aware, I did silence my phone, but, and this is big but, if for whatever reason I do get a phone call and it says possibly a scam, I will engage. The way I see it, the more of their time I waste, the less time that they're haggling and hassling other vulnerable people who might be succumb to that kind of thing. Although, I'll tell you guys one quick story from my days of retail. This is back when I worked for Family Dollar. And I don't really mind saying that name. I honestly did enjoy the job for the most part. But I was fired without being fired. So by that I mean, the new manager I had at the time, I'm trying to remember her name. Doesn't matter. Alright, her name was Gloria. There's no last name, so no one's. I thought she'll never see this anyway. So Gloria was a new manager after my old one was canned. So anyway, the story is, this is back when I had my other old manager. Her name was Jennifer, and she was awesome. So, and just so we're clear, I did have another manager back when I worked at a pizza parlor. Her name was also Jennifer. So, I think I have a history of hitting it off with managers who happen to be named Jennifer. So, with a Family Dollar Jennifer, sometimes, you gotta look busy, gotta do this, gotta do that. But once all the texts are clean, what else is there? So I'm kind of bored one day. This is after I've completed all my tasks of reshelving or restocking the shelves, putting everything back where it belongs. And considering it's Family Dollar, the busiest time of the month is the first of the month, because that's when people who have food stamps come in and shop their hearts out. Some of them are smart about it and they shop for the whole month at that one go. Because, why make several trips? Save yourself some time. And however, there was always this one lady for 3 months still couldn't figure out how to use her EBT card. And she always asked me what I would do next, what I would do next, what I would do next. And like clockwork, I tell her what to do, she does it faithfully. It was a bit of a trust relationship, because I knew what to do. She needed help. I had to give her help. But one day, I thought to myself, you know what? Let me see what happens. What if? I asked myself, what if? What if I said something else, and how far would it go? How far could I take it? So one day she comes in again, because it's the first of the month, and she gets her shopping done. And I said what the total was. She goes, what do I do next? And I'm like, you pull out your EBT card. She goes, what do I do next? Swipe the card. She does. What do I do next? Type in your PIN number. Now what do I do next? This is where I got creative. With a straight face, I said, you stick your right hand out. And she does. And she asks, what do I do next? And then I said, you shake it all about. And heaven help me, she started shaking her hand from side to side. And she's looking down at her arm why is this a process? Why am I doing this? So I giggled and I said, okay, thank you. Go ahead and enjoy the rest of your day. And I gave her her receipt. Now, I was personally baffled by this. I'm like, there's no way. That had to be a 1 in a million shot. So I decided to test it out. To see if it was just a fluke or if it's something I can do on a regular. So one day I did it with someone else and there was a line. So I figured I'll be quick about it. No problem, no worries. And she goes, now what do I do? And I say, you take the card, swipe it. Now what? Stick your right hand out and shake it all about. The first time I did it with a slight pause for them to put the hand out. The second time, I said, shake it all about. The lady who I was doing this to at the time, she started to giggle because she knew immediately what I was trying to do. And thankfully for me, the gentleman behind her was giggling too, because he thought this was funny, which I am forever grateful for and relieved by. So it came to be the gentleman's turn. I start bringing out his items, and he goes, you want to try that thing with me? And I said, no, I can't do that. You saw the trick. You saw how it works. I can't bamboozle you. I have to bamboozle you some other way, by taking your money. And he goes, what? And I'm like, what? It was a good time. So I got away with this about 5 different times before I started getting bored with it to a point, and I'm like, let me double up, let me ante up on this. So I told my boss about this. I said, Jennifer, you have to see something. Just next time someone's gonna be checking out, just please come watch me. And she's like, okay, cool, whatever. So one day, on this blessed day, I do get a customer to check out again. I didn't have to wait long. So she see me doing it, and then she see me pull the trick. I said, stick your right hand out and shake it all about. And heaven help me, the person who I was checking out was shaking their hands, asking me why they're doing this. And guys, my boss's jaw could have broke the floor with how fast it dropped. She could not believe what she was seeing, and how easy it was for me to get away with this. And she has me do it again just to be sure she didn't miss anything. I would say this worked on average, like, with every 7 out of 10 customers. 3 of them would get the joke and just start giggling about it. Never mind anything about it. But those other 7, oh, bless them. They shook their hands like true believers. So I told my boss, I said, hey, Jen, next time you do someone, you try it. Ooh, pardon me. So about a week later, we're in the store. I'm on break, so Jen's taking over my register for me. And she told me she did it while I was on break. It was an older man that she knew. And she said she got him. And the old man just started giggling like he couldn't believe he fell for that. And she just looked so proud of herself, having bamboozled someone. And yeah, stick your right hand out, shake it all about. It works. Even worked to the point where I showed it to some of my coworkers back at that pizza parlor that was in a big store at the time. They got a kick out of it. Except we couldn't do it as many times because not everyone can use the EBT cards at the pizza parlor, and not that many would have it. You know, just going shopping on a regular day. It was very rare, but they always got a kick out of it. Oh, thank you, Jade Rose. I'm just realizing, wait a minute, I haven't checked the chat for a minute. Thank you for coming in, and thanks for watching. Sorry, just give me a minute here while I figure out this Kryptonian junk. I don't want to be, what's the word? Too gracious with the Man of Steel? That's looking good. And I am just digging this song right here. This is called the CRA by Freq Gen. That's FREQGEN. Kind of reminds me of that one series. Oh my goodness, what was it called? Heroes. That's what it was called. Heroes. It's kind of very ambient. Just good stuff going down. And let me just check my chat. Yep, I'm still going live on Facebook, so yay to that. And apparently you got 3 people watching, so thank you for whoever you are, whatever you're doing. And I see comments from a good friend of mine, Charlene. Thank you. I'll catch you later. I just hope that, because the first time I did this, I realized I had a slight issue, because, I think it was because of the audio input and output situation I had, to where my voice came out sounding robotic. Unfortunately, I don't know if that's the case now, but I tried to fix it, so if I still sound robotic, I apologize. It's still a working issue, I'll try to get on it. Because the first time I did this, I realized I had a slight issue, because, I think it was because of the audio input and output. Okay, that's looking good. Now, for a rough area of that cape. Copy a little bit of this. New layer, clipping source. So you definitely want the color of that cape to just come right off in that. Wait. There we go. That's why it wasn't working. And when I first thought about doing this particular piece like this, I thought to myself, anyone and everyone who's had a rough day, from maintenance workers to anyone in the food service industry, to therapists, to teachers, just anyone who's had a bad day, and particularly those people in that, just anyone in the service industry. My heart goes out to you, and it's always a good idea to find some way to help vent and relieve some of that stress and tension that's just building up inside of you. And I hope for your sake that you find the best way to help cope and relieve yourself of all that just nasty stress. And I thought about, what would Superman do to relieve stress? And then it just clicked to me, because he's Superman. He can do one of the few things that hardly anyone else can do, and that's just free fly. This is sometimes where the Man of Steel just wants to just fly like a bird and forget all of his troubles. That while he may be the last son of Krypton, he's still but a man. And even men, even strong men, need to cry now and then. And I hope that goes out to anyone that needs to hear that. Because the last generation that we've come from grew up during a time where they were told and raised, instilled upon that it's not okay to cry. You have no reason to cry. And I just want to tell you that that's not true. Crying is not a show of weakness. Crying is a sign of your humanity. It's your humility. It's your heart doing what it needs to do to keep going. I feel crying is healthy. Everyone should take time for themselves. Even Superman has worries. Superman never has to worry about the bullets that hit him. Superman has to worry about the bullets that miss him. Especially if he's in an unfortunately crowded room. If there are other civilians who aren't as resilient as he is. honestly, I think when written and portrayed correctly, I think Superman can teach us just as much as Mr. Rogers can. And think about all the fun stuff they can learn from each other, you know? Just what if a Superman ever met Mr. Rogers? How do you think that interaction would look? How do you guys think that interaction would go down? Feel free to let me know in the chat or in the comments later down. That looks good. Well, I'm on this layer here. Let me see if we can design a belt for him. So yeah, I'm gonna go with a classic oval shape. Get the illusion of a pseudo utility belt to a man who's basically as capable and as handy as a nuclear Swiss Army pocket knife. Alright, let's give this cape some life. Ooh. Excuse me while I take a quick swig from the Stein of Plenty. Stay thirsty, friends. Keep drinking water. Oh, zoomed in a little too much there. That's alright. Also, if anyone hasn't noticed, today they actually released Ghostbusters Afterlife trailer, a new one. Oh wait, hang on a second, we got someone joining in. Hey, it's a Bud. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a friend of mine called Bud the Shroom. Say hi. Ah, there we go. How you doing? What's cooking? What's going down? Oh, okay, sure. Wait, that was... Hang on a second, let me share my screen because I realize you're not seeing me through YouTube, Facebook, or LinkedIn. Oh, so silly of me. Yeah. Well, keep in mind, because earlier I was giving a whole spiel about, you know, everyone has a stress, has a bad day. People deal with stress all the time, be it a teacher, anyone in the service industry. That it's my hope that they find their own way to de-stress and just decompress from all that time. And thinking about myself, you know, even Superman has a bad day. Superman doesn't worry about the bullets that hit him. He worries about the bullets that miss him. You know what I mean? And yeah, they bounce off. Well, they could bounce off. The makes could fall flat. But here's the thing, though. He worries about the bullets that miss him, because those might hit someone that isn't as tough as he is. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, and hopefully I never have to know. And hopefully you never have to know either. I mean, just by default, I probably have Soup's powers. But yeah, but keep in mind, he's Superman. And just there gotta be times where, you know, he just wants to just free flow. Like, yes, he's like one of the fastest men on the planet. He can probably destroy the planet, but there are times where he just has to look up and just say, you know what? I want to feel as free as a bird. And that's why he's got to pose like this. Although I think although that mouth is a little too ooh-woo for my taste right now. What's this wee business? Irregardless. That's all I have to say to that. Thank you. And I'll ask to keep the profanity to a minimum. It's okay, because this is also going on not Facebook, YouTube as well, and I want to build up enough of Steam on there to where I don't get demonetized for when I get more popular later on. Goofy. Heck, hell, I paid for YouTube Red, and that's like the YouTube Premium stuff. I originally got YouTube Red when they first announced Cobra Kai, excuse me, being exclusively on YouTube. And then Netflix buys it out, and I'm like, well, okay then, that's a thing. And I'm actually a fan of the Game Grumps, and they actually did like a mini series called Good Game. And the only way to see that was to have YouTube Red as well. So, but for me, the best perk about it is that when I'm driving, I can listen to like YouTube podcasts or music videos without having to be in the app, because the app can just run in the background while I got my GPS going. And I thought to myself, yes, this is amazing. Well, you definitely have more control than over Spotify. And I kind of gave up on Spotify once I found out their CEO, one of the not the CEO, but some of their higher ups donated to certain presidential campaigns, which I am not a fan of particularly. And I thought to myself, oh, well, that's a shame. Here we go. Okay. I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, let's see how we're looking so far. Oh, right, the belt. The belt. Go. Otherwise, how you doing today? What's cooking on your end? What else is going down? Fantastic. Well, alrighty then. Alrighty. I'm good for you. I mean, you could get outlooks like that, but you know what? Who cares? You're doing what you're doing. If someone's perturbed by what you're doing and it's just taking pictures of pretty flowers, that says more about them than it does about you. You're only gonna become a meme is if you mess up so badly that you make them wonder how you did it, or if you end up talking like a Karen. That's fine. Yeah, I have been streaming. Well, I've been also working on a commission for my friend Soup, and I have not streamed because it would have to require me asking them to see if they'd be comfortable with me streaming it, and it's just a hassle that neither one of us would really want to put up with, you know? Like, I want to draw. It's not the fact that I have been drawing, it's just that what I have been drawing, I really couldn't show for clientele personal reasons, you know? It's a little woo, but that's neither here or there. This is Paint Tool Sai. Technically, no. But I still have to practice with Krita. Krita is free, and it's available from the website. Although it is also on Steam, but I think on Steam you have to pay for it, which is weird. Well, that's why. Good stretch. That's why we have tutorials. Also, you try the try and true method of learn as you go. Well, then keep going. You got this. That reminds me, I actually have some new markers coming in this week. I'm gonna see about streaming while drawing on markers because it's been too long since I've actually worked on paper and I miss it. Although I still sketch on my sketchbook every now and then, but I'm like, I want to use markers, but I have Prismacolor markers, but I have a limited selection because they can be quite expensive. So I went on the Wish app and bought some markers off of there. I think I'm getting like 80 markers for I think like $40. And that's a bargain. However, because I know they're not gonna be like top name quality brand names, I did look up other brand names that are quite comparable with bigger names like Crayola, Copic, Prisma, but a hell of a lot cheaper. One of the names I found was Touch 5 and Pro markers. So the Wish app didn't specify which one I'm getting, so they look like Touch 5 markers, so I'm hoping I get those. Yeah. back up. Wait. Whoop. There we go. I can look down. I used to have one where I had to look up. That was a Huion tablet. It served its purpose, and it's all fine and good until it stopped working. And the short version is I got this Galmon tablet to replace it because I thought there was an issue with the driver. It wasn't working anymore. Turns out I was having the same problems with the Galmon tablet that I had with the Huion tablet. So a little investigation, a little digging around, it turns out the port I was using was no longer working correctly and became defective. So that was a quick and easy fix. So I just started using a new port for this, and it worked just fine. Which leads me to conclude that my Huion is still very much capable and still working. But I'm glad, because for me, this tablet was a huge upgrade for a lot of reasons. One, this is a touch tablet, display tablet. So, I can look down, it's time to look up. And the price was just amazing. Just under $200 for this bad boy. And I'm like, yes, 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 all the yes, I have to get it. Oh no, this isn't eyeshadow. I use blue and red to, signify where the shading will commence. Oh. Tease away. Neat. Oh, so anyway, I forget what I was talking about, and I remembered. So, one big drawback that I never liked about the Huion tablet is that the stylus pen needed to be recharged. And that was so weird because I've never seen any other company or tablet that required the pen to be recharged. And I did not know that until after I bought it and it was shipped, and I'm like, oh, okay, so I guess I have to charge this thing now, every now and then. Because if it stops working, I'm like, okay, is it a battery problem or is it a nub problem? So. Oh. Yeah. Oh, hold that thought, because I'm getting a scam caller. I have to interact. See where it goes.
Hi,
Hello.
this is Kate with Senior Services. We are providing free quote on the new state-regulated final expense life insurance program. We can provide you with information on different affordable plans which will cover 100% of your funeral and burial expenses. If you want to hear a free quote or have a policy review from one of our life insurance specialists, press.
Nope. Although, while I have that on attention for everyone, there are certain automated systems like that one that should take you directly to the operator if you start using profanity. Others, you gotta press 0 or say representative repeatedly. But I honestly love messing with scammers. I love wasting their time. I love the way it makes me feel. And I love that they're not making their quotas when they're dealing with me. You know? Like, the balls on these people. Oh, yeah. A little weird because I have to train myself to keep talking and just like I'm talking to someone even if no one's here. Like, even if no one's watching while I'm streaming live, there might be people later on that watch, after the fact. And it's a little weird for me because sometimes I do talk to myself, but not in a healthy kind of sense. It was more like sometimes it's a deep, thought-provoking type of session where, what if dinosaurs are alive right now? How can a cat get one as a pet? Or just some random bits. What? A little bit like David Bowie. Me too. Yeah. I mean, I understand there's certain streamers where it's like, if you're better off not talking, like when you're playing music or playing an instrument, that kind of thing. That being said, okay, nope, still no one in the chat. I thought about it, but I haven't done that yet. Mm-hmm. I mean, if anything, I can give people a link to my YouTube channel. Oh, fun. I don't know if it helps. Give me 1 second. Message. Give a direct link to this live stream right now for YouTube. That was quite some time ago. Sure. It's a little nervous, but nerves makes me nervous. Nervous. Appreciate it. I mean, I was sharing some earlier, but I guess I can share them again if since I don't know if actually you've heard this one or not. Yeah, which one? Oh, this short version is this girl ended up dating her old history teacher after. Okay. So, a quick recap for everyone, and, well, not recap, it's going to be retelling everything again. So, that's true, too. Have I told you about the one where the two older gay guys called me a Catholic tease? Oh, nuts. I guess I can tell that one, too. So, I mean, well, it's distracting for me at the moment because, earlier, I lost track of what the heck I was saying with the tablets. But honestly, it does help, so I appreciate that. So you don't have to mute yourself unless you really want to. I know how much I embarrass you in front of your friends. Oh, excuse me. Wait a second, there's a break in the line somewhere here. Where is it? Is that it? Yes, it is. So, as you know, I'm a rideshare driver, and one night I got a request for pickup for these two older gents. If I had to guess their age, I'd say they're like their mid to late 40s, and they're obviously a couple. So, whenever someone gets in the car, I let them know it'll be X amount of time to get your destination. So sit back, relax, and toot toot, because I have a train whistle as part of my shtick. Are you still there, bud? Okay. I mean, you don't have to mute yourself. Anyway, so more times than not, people love the fact that I use a train whistle. And we're making small talk and whatever. They're going to this Mexican restaurant. Very nice, high-end one. And we're like 5 minutes away. And they offered to invite me to come with them for their date night. You know, just to eat and drink with them. And just have a good old-fashioned, all-around good time. I thought to myself, oh, well, I appreciate that, but unfortunately I'll have to decline because I'm still working. And I had to take my cousin to work in the morning, which is all true. What? Because at the time my cousin got a job at one of those assisted living elderly folk center home places in the kitchen, and he has to get there like super early to start prepping and cooking the meals for their breakfast and lunch, and he starts at like 4:30 in the morning, and he realized I need to give him rides, which I did. And I'm like, if it wasn't for him, I could have like had some good Mexican food and just like BS with these guys for whatever amount of time. So they exchange a couple eyeglasses between each other, and then these guys go and try to sweeten the honey pot. And they said, I'll tell you what, we'll pay you $100 to stop working right now and come have drinks and dinner with us. And at that moment, I realized what they were going on about, and every orifice of my being all at once just went. And I'm like, well, it's very generous, but unfortunately, I still have to go home and because I got to take my cousin to work. He works like 4:30 in the morning, and they were disappointed, which it's understandable, but. At that point, I'm thinking to myself, God damn it, I've never hated my cousin more than I did at that point in my life. Would have gotten me an extra $100, free food and booze. Like, the booze thing, I already know how I was going to handle. It's just like, hey guys, look over there, and just pour the shot on the floor or something. Then again, they wouldn't need me to be sober enough to make for the long ride home. And I'd be like, then I would have been like, okay, I'll go park and I'll meet you guys in a bit and just go home. I mean, at the end of the day, $100 is $100. Yeah, fam. And I'm like, you don't even give me any free leftover food from your work, so... Do you see my dilemma here, buddy? I know what I'm about. I know I don't like that kind of thing, but I definitely wouldn't mind getting the free food and money out of it. I mean, I know damn well they're planning on having between them like a rotisserie cupo. Like rotisserie chicken. That's me. That would have been me. sexualized. Yeah. If you want to normalize stuff like that more often compared to not being sexualized, then I think that one of the best examples that you can talk about was the relationship between Simon Pegg and, oh god, what's his name? Oh, it's killing me right now. Hang on, let me look him up real quick. Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. Yeah, if you've seen Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, Paul, yeah, that's those guys. Oh no. Why is that breaking? Batman. That would be Batmite. I mean, as long as you know who Batmite is, then go for it. There's a thing called being a comic book nerd. No, here's the thing. You can like who you like. Who you can be a fan of anyone. Your knowledge of the character or even artist does not make you any less of a fan than someone who's like a hardcore that knows what Steve Ditko would eat for breakfast every single morning. You know? And yeah. But just take heart and take note. Every fandom has its fair share of toxic people. No exceptions. There's Undertale, My Little Pony. Oh my god. That's a big one. Go for it. It's very stylized. You mean the loot boxes? Well, hang on. Let's pump the brakes on that idea for a moment there. Just so we're all clear, everyone's aware. McDonald's Happy Meals are the original loot box. Hell yeah. Nice. Good for you. Like honestly, everyone out there listening to me right now, if you don't know your best friend's favorite color in dinosaur, are you even really friends? Do that. Go ask him. Way to go, champ. I mean, it should be as easy as drinking water, which, you know, we all don't do enough of. Is one of them Sam? That's fine. One thing at a time, though. Unfortunately, we do live in a world where our kids are exposed to war the hard way, as in there are pictures of little, like, 7-year-olds smoking, holding an AK-47 because that's the life that was thrust upon them. That's definitely a perspective. I'm sorry, what did you just say? I guess because I got a message by a friend of mine. Mm-hmm. Oh, excuse me. Looks like it's just you and me right now. Oh no, it was just my friend Jade Rose. Oh! And Ash Plant Rip Kupo. Oh, that was you. Yeah, I'm still getting used to like switching between like Restream and the actual stream itself and Facebook. No, because I'm also being live streamed. I'm also live streamed to Facebook. Oh, yeah. Earlier, it said I had 3 people watching. But honestly, it's like I'm just starting off and I'm not expecting to get that many views yet. But you keep on doing this, and I keep making right connections and drawing things like people want, then yeah, I'm bound to get more recognition. Because last time I did Ghost Spider or Spider Gwen, because I'm a big fan of Marvel, but I understand that not many people might know who that character is, which is why I'm doing, I guess, kind of a safe bet here with Soups. Everyone knows Superman. I did, well, I still do, but it's just a matter of right now doing this. But you gotta send me how he looks, or send me your interpretation of him, that I can give you my interpretation of him. Oh God, why? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Uh, I couldn't tell you right now. Let me take a quick look at what you sent. Oh, that, yeah, that's fine. It's like an opaque jade. Yes, yes, I have. I have not. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. How dare you? Yes, yes, I do. Oh, that Corona, they Pan uses that as their avatar. Good stretching. Okay. What? All right. Ooh. Otter. Because they're just so adorable. I mean, I kind of am for every situation. You want me to be practical about it, or an animal that can be badass with, or, you know, give me more, less information. I need input. Platypus. What kind of what? Ooh. That's a tough one. I'm gonna have to probably go with giant squid. Yeah. So now you can, yes, increase the venom. Let the girl smell like Yuki. Ah. Yep. Oh God, why? Water auditorial? Mm. Oh. So many different types of sweets, so many savory flavors, so many choices. I'm gonna have to go with a salted pretzel with the works. I don't know. I think for terms of sweetness, I think I'm gonna have to go with the old-fashioned peanut butter cup. Yes, I do. They also have pumpkin ones and Easter egg ones. Yeah, I'm doing 8 foot, yes. Okay, so there we go. There we go. That's fixed. Mm-hmm. Trust your senpai. You about to learn? Apparently not. Those are the words of a C student. Check something really quick here. Hmm? Shh. Trust the process. There is method to my madness. That'll look good for now. Oh, excuse me. And if we take away the line art, just look at that. Now we have implied lines. Right? No, I do not like any seafood. I mean, animals are food and friends, but I do not have a taste for seafood. How about this? Did you know that clownfish in a single sex species environment, one half of them will mutate to the opposite sex? And since it was just... What? Yes. And since it's just Nemo and is dead, then... Oof. Yes. Well, it doesn't happen like overnight. It's a long, ambiguous process. There we go. Okay, let me fix that lining here for the knee. Good for you. She was a psychiatrist that wanted to make a big name for herself by writing papers on Gotham's most notorious and whacked out criminals. And she figured if she can make a case to where she would say, oh, let's say cure the Joker, then she would gain not only recognition, but fame and in time riches. Only to be duped by the clown prince of crime himself. And just fall far, far from grace. Yep. Currently with Ivy, I believe. It's a comic book. You need more comic books. Mm-hmm. No. Okay. I picked up this one series called The Haunt. It's a superhero. Think of combining Spider-Man with Batman and Spawn. And that's this guy, The Haunt. He was one of the top guys of CIA operatives. Gets killed during a mission. Marvel, always Marvel. Oh, The Haunt doesn't belong to DC or Marvel. If anything, it might be a subsidiary to DC because I think it's done by Dark Horse Comics. And I think Dark Horse is a subsidiary of DC. I might be wrong on that, but I'm really not sure right now. It's alright. Costume design, it's black and white. It kind of looks like Spider-Man. Powers wise, it's ghostly. So that's where the Spawn bit comes in. And he kind of broods, which is where the Batman part comes in. That and he's like borderlining special detective. No, definitely not rich. Costume design wise, kind of Spider-Man ish. Top half is white, bottom half is black. He's Batman in terms of he's dark and gritty, and he's trying to figure out the crimes of people who die and who are just overall like drug cartelling, human trafficking, all that kind of stuff. Okay, cool. And parts of his bodies are morphable to be weapons. Ooh, check this out. Implied lines on the Superman logo. So that's one reason for the shading. Susie's. That's because it's local. They got about as many flavors of shake as there are Pokemon. Gonna make a copy of that for later. And just do a little quick shading in the eyes. to that later because you can do all sorts of fun stuff with that. Now comes the other fun part. This, the actual coloring of the lines. Oops. Just check on Facebook real quick, see if anyone else has joined in. Well, I think it's just me, so come back to that later. I had a bunny for like maybe 3 days till my mom made us get donated to the school we were going to at the time because we couldn't keep it. We didn't have a proper cage for it. And my dad caught on a whim because he was a bit of a dummy like that. Oh, that's easy. Well, this layer right here, that's the line art. And I use my selection tool over here on the line art to specify where I want to, select to color or not colored. And plus, since it is contained with the line art, somewhat also aesthetically pleasing. Say what? The Slaughter Man? Huh. Why is it ironic? Who's that hero? It's Bunny. Yep. You are aware that the world is ending, and it's probably because it's your fault. That the world is ending. Yes. I'm gonna make Superman. I'm gonna make this Superman's eyes green. No. Yeah, let's go with green. Dark green. Probably anti-hero. That's a good question. How about you? What would your alignment be? I would probably be chaotic good or chaotic lawful. Alright, so now you see up here where we got the blue shading in back in. You see this? Okay, now here's where the magic comes in. Let me make another copy of that one in for later use. So we got this one. Let's make it white. Just for example. Then we bring it down. So now it looks like he's got a light source coming from below him. But that can change with screen, I believe. Oh, it's an overlay. It's overlay. Neat, huh? So let's pump this back up to 100, and instead of white, let's give him shadowy. For me, yeah, this helps me decide on this takes out a lot of work on figuring out what colors to use for shadows, because there they are. It's just a play off of black. I'm proud of me too. And boom, look at that. Now let's get rid of those two and pull back these. And what if I do it like this? Anyways, let's go back. Here we go. Now this one here, saturation. Sure. Welcome back. Grayscale. Grayscale. And he still got that twinkle in his eye. Take away that. Put back that. And this. And that. However, we can make a duplicate of that. Excuse me. Duplicate of this. Nice. Nice. Sure. That's because I've been listening to you for a little bit. I'm sorry, but sometimes, like, also when I'm drawn, if I get in the zone, then I kind of lose track of myself in time. For example, this stream has been going well over, holy smokes, 2.5 hours now. So yeah, I think I'm gonna definitely make this a speed paint and just record another voiceover story for it. So that being said, I think I'm gonna end the stream here and continue this further off camera. But everyone who came along to see this, thank you for stopping by and thank you for checking out Koopa's Corner. I will definitely thank you for joining. So thank you guys for stopping by, sharing your thoughts, commenting. Feel free to like, subscribe, and I'll get back to you next time around. Otherwise, take care of yourself.